What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, Crypto Warriors, it's Ultra Crypto back at it again. Today is Thursday, June 18th, 2020. How is corruption supposed to end when the ones doing the investigating are themselves corrupted? Question I ask myself all the time. It's no quote from anyone. It's just something I came up with, and you'll see why in the story, one of the stories I'd cover in a minute. Before I get into that though, remember to smash that like, hit the subscribe button, all right? If you like what I'm doing here, just give that support, and to make that YouTube algorithm go crazy, because we know YouTube is trying to censor alternative media, trying to censor Bitcoin and cryptocurrency channel. Let's get into it. VeChain and back in the news again. This coming out of Cointelegraph. VeChain Zilliqa target key resistance level to resume rally. Not even going to go into this whole thing. I'm just going to show you that, I was shocked. Since March 12th, Zilliqa is up 1,400%. 1,400%. You're not going to get those kind of returns in the traditional stock market. I don't care how much the Federal Reserve wants to keep pumping money into the stock market and buy up a lot of crazy debt. You're still not going to get that kind of return that you see right here in the crypto space. VeChain has been another strong performer, and to date the altcoin has rallied 650% since bottoming in March, and another 150% in the last 30 days. VeChain, people, keep an eye out for it. And I don't think, this is, I think, the beginning of what's to come. This is reminiscent of what happened back in 2017. Remember that. And I'm just going to show you a little price action here on Coin Paprika. This is VeChain. So we saw the bottoming out in March right there, and it's both in Satoshi and US dollar price. And we see the pump right here. Big pump since then, up 650% basically since the bottoming out in March. Next, big news, big things going on here. All right, Range Rover. This is a tweet I retweeted. Let me just show you here. Big validation coming by the way of Range Rover. So 1 minute long commercial. Just bear with me. Bitcoin network is created. 2009 is going over the past 50 years of innovation around the world, and they're trying to say that, hey, they've been there, they've been innovating themselves during all that time and all that stuff. But not even gonna get into that. It's the fact that a large automotive company, big brand like Land Rover, Range Rover, is validating Bitcoin. It's a big deal. This is huge. In the words of someone we all know. It's a big deal, man. I like it. And again, if you're not following me over here on Twitter, give me a follow at SergeantCrypto99. Next, this is coming from CoinDesk. Trump told Treasury Secretary to go after Bitcoin, Bolton book reportedly claims. This is all over the crypto space, all over Google, everything. It's just all over the place. We're seeing that this book that's supposed to be released in a couple of weeks or something, or next week maybe, that the Trump administration, or Trump himself, wanted to go after Bitcoin. And in a terse exchange about imposing sanctions and tariffs with China, Trump reportedly told Mnuchin, don't be a trade negotiator, ordering him instead to go after Bitcoin for fraud. Are you kidding me? That is such a non-coiner thing to say. That is so no coiner. It's friggin' unbelievable. How you gonna go after Bitcoin for fraud? Come on, man. But whatever. The conversation is said to have happened in May 2018, around the time investors were cheering Bitcoin on after it rose 33% against the dollar. That's the real reason why he wanted to go after, quote unquote, Bitcoin for fraud, go after China, try to sanction them because they're mining, they have a lot of mining facilities in China for Bitcoin. But what he failed to realize is, what these government officials fail to realize is, Bitcoin is decentralized. All right, you could mine Bitcoin anywhere in the world. It's just that because all the manufacturing is happening in China, they took advantage of that. I'm not going to get into that with this in this video. However, again, no coiner has no idea. The non-coiner have no idea what Bitcoin is and what a Bitcoin network is, because it went online back in 2009, just like it said in the Range Rover commercial, and it's unstoppable. You can't go after Bitcoin for fraud, or you can't go after a certain country to try to weaponize the US dollar using sanctions to go after them for fraud with Bitcoin. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is just too funny. Too funny. Next, again, coming from CoinDesk. So this one's going to go over a lot of different stories. Here it is about the whole fraud thing again. And this news follows a report from the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, showing how the agency failed to properly oversee crypto investigations. Here it is. The DEA failed to adequately police its undercover agents' handling of cryptocurrencies or currency, according to U.S. Department of Justice Office of the Inspector General. So that's the police that's policing the police. Okay. The DEA this is a case from back in 2015. I kind of sort of remember hearing about it back then. Anyway, they took cryptocurrencies from quote unquote drug dealers. However, they didn't report all of the cryptocurrencies that they took. All right, that they seized. They took some for themselves. And this was when Bitcoin's price was under $1,000. This is like a $500-600 Bitcoin. All right, it may even drop to $200 back then. And back then, the price was $1 million. Okay, per for the amount that was, and I'm throwing up air quotes here, missing. That $1 million now is appreciated. I don't know, way more than 1,400%. I don't know. Bitcoin is what, like $9,500, $10,000 right now. You're talking about let's give them the benefit of that. Let's just say a $600 Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin did they have back then that they steal? They steal. We're not going to say that they have. They stole the Bitcoin. They stole it because they didn't report it. And they're saying that because of inadequate training, we see DEA's management of virtual currency activities was insufficient due to inadequate headquarters management, lack of policies, inadequate internal control procedures, insufficient supervisory oversight, and lack of training. No, they're just friggin' thieves, and they're trying to get over. Those guys need to be locked up and the keys thrown away because they are law enforcement. They should be above their integrity should be above and beyond. Okay, reproach. Like they shouldn't. You shouldn't have any questions when it comes to their integrity, because they are DEA agents and they represent something on a higher level, so to speak. All right, and this is the Marine in me talking right now, because as a Marine, as a United States Marine, okay, my integrity is something that you can't buy it. You can't. You got to earn it. Okay, and as DEA agents, they had that label of being entrusted with something, and they stole Bitcoin from quote unquote drug dealers. What else have they been stealing? Have they been stealing drugs? Like we really need to dig into this, but they're not going to, because then it will put a smear on their reputation. However, because it's just digital currency, it's not real. It's very friggin' real. Okay, because although Bitcoin was about $600 back then, what is the price of Bitcoin now? We're looking at a $10,000 Bitcoin. How many times have it appreciated since then? So we're talking about way more than $1 million that have been stolen. Just my 2 satoshis on that. Next, we have a Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell speaking before the House Financial Service Committee said the idea of a digital dollar should be taken seriously. Adding later, this is something that the central banks have to design. The private sector is not involved in creating the money supply. That's something that the central bank does. Scared, running scared. They're afraid of Facebook's Libra. They're afraid of Bitcoin because they want to be in control. They want to have the power to print as much currency as they want. It's just fair. All right. Russia's Ministry of Justice criticized a new draft bill prohibiting crypto operations in the country a week after the Ministry of Economic Development also opposed it. So we have the Ministry of Justice criticizing the bill. We have the Ministry of Economic Development also opposing the bill. The bill is believed to be the brainchild of the country's central bank, which has a prohibitive approach to crypto. The government themselves don't want them to restrict crypto in the country, but the central bank is doing sneakiness, behind the door deals, coming up with bills, trying to prohibit cryptocurrencies from thriving and flourishing in their country. This is what's happening in India. This is what's happening in China. This again in Russia. However, you can't stop it. The genie has been out of the bottle. Once you release that genie was released back in January 3rd, 2009. You can't stuff it back in. Once you open the box, that's it. Bitcoin is out. Crypto is out. And you can't stop it. That's all I got to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Smash the like, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. It's your boy, Sergeant Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.